My boyfriend's female coworker keeps asking him out and it's making me uncomfortable. Should I be worried? Don't know what to do about this. I'm trying to stay above it all, but it's getting to me. My boyfriend and I have been together for 3 years. He's a sweetheart and I trust him. He wouldn't do anything to upset me, but sometimes finds himself in a place where he's unsure of what to do. So am I. He has this coworker that he has been friends with since late pandemic. We were doing long distance, so I wasn't around when he first met her and would go out with her and another male friend. They were a trio sort of. They all started working at the same agency, but the male friend left for another job. Now it's just my boyfriend and the female coworker. Let's call her S. S just rubs me the wrong way. When I first met her, they had all come back from a work happy hour and were drunk. She was standing way too close to my boyfriend, but don't think he realized it cause he was drunk himself. But the minute he saw me, he was so happy and hugged on me and kissed me. And S replied in a rather obnoxious manner, imitating to throw up, saying geez just get a room, or just rolling her eyes at me. Which is weird cause that's the first time she'd ever met me. But she was drunk, so I tried not to make a big deal out of it. Wasn't a good feeling though. The second time my boyfriend and I invited her to come out with us and our friends. And she did, except again towards the end of the night when she was kinda drunk and on the couch, at a friend's place for afters, she wouldn't stop staring at my boyfriend weirdly. I don't know, just weird. I even looked the same direction and I'm pretty positive she was looking past me right at him. He was behind me, holding me. There is a possibility that maybe she wasn't, but my intuition tells me otherwise. I've asked him before if anything ever happened on those late nights the trio went out together, or if he ever got weird vibes from her. And he said no. He did say though that he feels like she's the kind of person who would hook up with him if we broke up. LOL, I don't know what to think. He's always considerate and always communicates with me. For the most part he wants to avoid her altogether to avoid the drama and not make me feel bad. Except he feels stuck because now he doesn't know if he's enabling my insecurity by doing this or if he should just be friends if he wishes to. Cause there's nothing going on from his end. This wouldn't be a problem if S just stopped trying. He sees her almost every day at work. And she has asked him countless times to get drinks after work one-on-one. He always says no or makes up an excuse. But he was always keen on going for it. One time she asked him to go for a run together after work. And then retracted that, saying how they should just go on a walk together. One time asked him to go for a drive-in movie with her. She did invite 2 other men from work, but it just feels freaking weird to me. When I say she asks him out, she doesn't imply as a date, just invites him to do stuff with her. If she hasn't clearly indicated any signs of hitting on my boyfriend or sent weird vibes, he can't really shut anything down. They also work together, so he has to maintain some sort of relationship with her without awkwardness. Should he just go out on these invites with her until she explicitly crosses an boundary and then I get to be sure? Or should one try and avoid it from the beginning? I don't want my boyfriend to think that I don't want him to have any female friends. He said that maybe he's reading it all wrong. And that maybe she might have a crush on him, but he can't decipher it. He says he doesn't even understand when women are checking him out. I get it, we're sneaky with it, but something in my gut just tells me she's in it for something. One time she was out drinking with my boyfriend and their friends. Everyone went home, but she wanted to go on a walk with my boyfriend and just wander around. They grabbed a hot dog, but then he said he had to leave. He asked her why she wasn't going to see her boyfriend, and she said that he's mad at her because she's out late and isn't going to see him. Bro, why are you hanging out with somebody else's man late at night instead of going home to your own? She's not with that guy anymore, they broke up. But you see what I mean, her actions are not wrong per se, it could be super friendly. But is it just me, or is this weird? All of it? Am I crazy, or does this chick have a crush on my boyfriend? And what should I do about it? ComNet. Your BF sure seems to be okay with someone disrespecting your relationship and then making it your problem that you're not okay with that. Please stop believing that your BF is just stupid and silly and doesn't know any better. He does. He knows full well. His comment about hooking up if you two broke up wasn't innocent. Please wake up. You mentioned he'd rather not deal with her at all. Tell him, good, then don't. Tell him he needs to tell her, look, I have a GF. You've met her more than once. I do not want to hang out outside of work. If I want to get drinks with any girl it will be her. Sorry, but your BF is the problem. He likes the attention, and obviously likes you insecure about your relationship. All he has to do is shut her down definitively, stop hanging out with her, all conversations are work-related only. Instead you're all trying to be friends. She's blatantly disrespecting your relationship and he's allowing it. He's not as invested in you as you are in him. Yeah, she's after him. He needs to shut her down. They are not friends. They are co-workers. She needs to lose his number and get a hobby that doesn't involve getting plastered with taken men. She def sounds gross. And your BF is lying to you about not knowing if she has a crush on him or is flirting. He knows damn well. And he likes it. It's an ego boost. He's breadcrumbing her while being with you. That way if you leave, he's got her to fall back on. That's not okay. She needs to go away and not be in either of your lives. As long as he works with her, whether he admits it to you or not, he is flirting with her and entertaining her. He needs to put his foot down and tell her she has no chance and to get lost. Then he needs to find a new job or at least change his schedule or department to stay away from her. Block her on all social media and block her phone number. No exceptions. Period. If he won't, then there's your answer, time to go. Next story 2. Betrayed by my best friend of 3 years, and my girlfriend of 2. Me, my girlfriend, and my best friend have gotten into a complicated situation. I was very comfortable with my best friend as I've known him for over 3 years and I knew he was a loyal friend. As such, I was okay with him being friends with my girlfriend, who I've been with for 2 years. A few months ago, the two became good friends, texting and calling very often. This made me uncomfortable and I let her know, to which she got upset at. I understood her perspective. Later on, she told me that she wants to have a 3-person cuddle session with everyone. I was uncomfortable so I declined, but after a very lengthy discussion, I came to a compromise of the 2 cuddling alone. I trusted the both of them and understood her perspective to the best of my abilities. My best friend is extremely lonely and has never had a girlfriend, but I trusted him to be loyal as I've known him for multiple years. I also trusted my girlfriend to not make any advances as I've known her for multiple as well. However, after a bit, I decided I did not want her to cuddle whatsoever and wanted to keep it special for us. I told her that I'm okay if they talk to each other with distance, but my only boundary is that they do not go to each other's house. A week after, she was home alone, and invited him. He went. I broke up with her the very next day, to which she cried and pleaded to find a resolution. She told me she'd block him and that I'm the only one for her. Reluctantly, I gave her a second chance. She went and also told him the situation and told him I'm uncomfortable with them even talking to each other. I trusted that they both would respect me and my boundaries. A few days after, they kept talking. She said he's one of her only friends, so I slightly understood but maintained my distance. They started meeting up in real life again, going on walks, and going to our date spots. This disgusted me and I told her that she showed me that she can't stay true to her words, and I cut her off for good. I also kept a large distance with the best friend. They both knew I would be hurt by this and still went through with the actions. Both of them knew. I was enraged, but I kept my calm and showed no emotion to the either of them. I give them smiles when I see them. It takes a great deal of patience for me to do, but I know it's what I'd want myself to have done looking back a few years later. She's done many upsetting things, but I try to not give a reaction while telling her to respect me and to leave me alone, hugging and kissing me while I'm talking to other women, or wearing his jacket while trying to hug and kiss me. Ew. Just a few days after the breakup, I found out that they're dating and having sex. This set me off, but I kept it contained within my room. I meditated and calmed down before making any choices. I told the friend politely that I do not wish to continue our friendship. My ex has been blocked already, so not much changed. I can't say I'm surprised, but I'm definitely left with many emotions that I don't know how to handle. Mutual's friends tell me that they don't seem to show any remorse or guilt. They also told me that they're expecting me to apologize for telling others, friends, adults, about the situation and by not setting my boundaries clear enough. This just doesn't sit right with me. She also denies that she cheated, as she only had sex after the breakup. I'd really appreciate if anyone can tell me how to move on from this situation. Is there any mistakes I should avoid? Anything I should be doing now? Right now, I'm focusing on clearing them out of my life and focusing on myself. I don't want revenge. Thank you, smiley face, ComNet. Any girl that would ask you to cuddle your best friend isn't the girl for you. Most likely thing would have to been to hook him up with one of her friends. Not hook herself up. Whether it was pity or she liked him, it was wrong and disrespectful. Friends and siblings are off limits. Neither had loyalty to you. Start paying attention to red flags. If you have to keep on compromising your comfortability for a relationship, run. Wish you the best. Thank you. Yeah, there were many red flags. After hanging out once as a group, he got us all an Uber, and she kept insisting on receiving his number to personally thank him. I found this strange but gave it anyways. Probably one of the first red flags, happy face. She also explained cuddling as a platonic activity that just shows appreciation of a friendship, which is why she should be allowed to cuddle him as well. Should have just ran after hearing that. Coming from a married 36-year-old woman. Cuddling can be platonic. I've cuddled my friends, women, but I wouldn't cuddle a man. Friend or not. I wouldn't even have the nerve to ask my husband. You deserve better. And don't let her spoil it for other girls. You will find somebody who's not a total Yeah, no, I would be apologizing for anything. I also don't know of any man who would be okay with his GF cuddling another man. Full stop. It's inappropriate. I don't believe they didn't start having sex until after the breakup. I would cut them both off. They would be blocked on everything and I wouldn't speak to them again. Expecting you to apologize is just projection. You're handling it maturely, and you don't owe either of them a single thing. You made it clear you were uncomfortable. You made it clear you didn't want them to talk or be at each other's house, but they did it anyway. I bet she wouldn't have been happy if the situation was reversed. Focus on yourself and be positive. You don't need people like that in your life. It's dead energy. She emotionally cheated, and your friend was disloyal. But you reap what you sow. I doubt their relationship will last, especially if she settled for him because begging you to take her back got her nowhere.